Oh, we're ready?
We're on the air.
Wow. Took me by surprise. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Bonnarant Farrar High School for this Raccoon River showdown between the Carlisle Wildcats and your Bonnarant Farrar Bluejays. Coming into tonight, Carlisle sits at 6-10 overall, 3-8 in conference play, 7th place overall. Looks like they've lost their last 5, but had some pretty tough competition with Ballard, North Polk, and Gilbert on there. 3 teams that are ranked, and Winterset's pretty good too. Bonnarant sitting at 9-6 overall, 7-4 in conference play, which puts them 3rd. We saw a game last night between them and Grinnell, which was probably the best high school game I've seen so far this year on the girls' side.
Absolutely. Great game. A lot of up and down action. Maybe not the tempo that our girls wanted to play, but we'll see if they have any legs left tonight.
I was a little concerned about that, and I'm not so sure we could have done much about the tempo last night.
No.
That's kind of how Grinnell plays.
Yep.
They force the issue, and you run into that decision of, well, if we slow it down, then you probably increase your likelihood of turning it over more because of the pressure that they apply throughout the game.
Right.
So the last time these two met, it looked like the Jays won 69-42 at Carlisle. Starters for Carlisle is Isabel Noring, Sage Austin, Emma Pitts, Katie Keeney, and Kalaya Freeman. And then for the Blue Jays starting tonight, I think same rotation as last night. We're going to have Mia Miller, Peyton Meyer, Rebecca Fuller, Chesney Steenhook, and Caitlin Lappy. Anything stand out for you tonight as far as what the Jays need to do in order to get a victory, other than hopefully refreshed from last night as much as they can?
Yeah, I think, Josh, last night we saw some really nice contributions from Chesney Steenhook, Peyton Meyer. Some of anybody outside of Kate and Mia, who are kind of the show sometimes, and we're going to need to see that continue, not just tonight, but into the rest of the season, because those two are going to be the focal point of everybody we play, and it's time for the anthem.
Well, back to your point, I think you're 100% correct as far as if our girls want to make any kind of noise in the postseason, it can't just be the two-headed monster. It's going to have to be those other 2 or 3 really coming through and being efficient in what they do, playing good defense, getting rebounds, and then when they get that opportunity to score, they do it at a pretty good clip.
Yeah. This was a game in Carlisle earlier this year that we kind of caught the tail end of, where it was a close game until about early in the third quarter, and then the Blue Jays just kind of ran away with it. So I would anticipate an early battle, and we'll see if the Blue Jays have the legs to kind of pull away late again.
I always like to look at the historical matchup between the two schools, and we sit at 11-9 in the last 20. Bondurant with the upper hand. The interesting part is Blue Jays have won 6 in a row. Carlisle had won 9 in a row, and then we had won 5 in a row before that. So it's kind of been pretty streaky.
That kind of happens sometimes when you sometimes you
get
have the horses and sometimes
programs go up and down.
Yep.
And Carlisle's definitely had some pretty good girls teams in recent history, as have we. Nice little cutter there. Travel out of Sage Austin.
This officiating crew I remember seeing when I was coaching quite a few years ago.
Well, if you remember them, it's usually not always good.
They looked like they were experienced back then.
Chesney with the elbow jumper. We did see her take one of those last night and knock it down. She's shown that she can hit that. Isabel Noring there was out on the run. She's a pretty good track athlete, really nice long jumper.
Yep.
A couple of good long jumpers out on the court.
Yep. 13 in white's not too bad either. Isabella kind of caught magic in a bottle at the right time with her district and state performances, though.
Yeah, I think she finished second.
I believe so.
At the state meet in the long jump, so yeah, that's awesome. Turnover out of the Jays, and you can see the speed out of Noring there. She gets up and down the court pretty quick.
Yep.
One issue for the Jays last night was turnovers. Went back and looked at those stats, and we had 18 last night, and really probably was the difference maker, or one of the difference makers between us and Grinnell.
Yeah, and Grinnell probably is turning teams over.
That's
probably under their season average of the number of turnovers they forced, because I think they were averaging about 15 steals a game.
Yeah, so you're not even counting dead ball turnovers in that. Well, we saw a lot of that last night. Kate finished with 25 and 16. Not too bad a night. And the other night in Boone, Kate surpassed Sabrina Hargis as our all-time leading rebounder. She's probably getting pretty close to 600 here in the next week or so.
Yeah.
The rate she's going.
Yeah, I'm guessing she's up around 560 now. I know we felt terrible. We had some broadcast problems last night. We missed the commemoration of her being the career leader in rebounds. I know her grandma's out there probably watching, and trust me, it was a nice event, and it's just a really nice opportunity for us to get to watch Kate. We're running out of those opportunities.
Really good start for Noring as she knocks down the three. She's got all 5 points in this game so far. Reba for a three. Don't see that very often.
No.
Good hustle out of Peyton Meyer. Well, that could be an issue. That's second foul on Noring.
Yeah, that could be very helpful. To get
probably
her in
the
foul
last
trouble.
person they want with 2 fouls. And Mia herself had a really good game last night. I thought she was.
Yes, she did.
Was excellent distributing the basketball. Some creative entries to our post players.
That, and I think she hunted her scoring a little bit more, which she kind of had to do when the point guard's getting pressured like that. You really got to look for your points a little bit to alleviate that pressure.
Little timeout out of the Jays there. Nice move out of Katie Keeney, and misses the initial shot, but gets her own rebound and puts it up and in to give the Wildcats a quick 7-0 lead. We're maybe seeing that effect of some dead legs from last night.
Yeah, that's kind of seeing exactly what you said, and that's not a permanent problem necessarily. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of a wake-up call, and I know there was so much hype and going into that game last night against such a good Grinnell team. You know, all your focus is there and all your effort and all your energy, and then you have to turn around and play the next night. It's just, you know, there aren't many NBA teams that have to play back-to-back nights.
No.
College teams will play back-to-back nights. And the type of effort that the Blue Jays had to exude just to make that a close ball game.
It's not like an AAU game where guys really aren't playing that hard. And they're just kind of, you know, they play 3 in a day, but the intensity in which they're playing at is much lower than what it was last night.
Exactly.
And for a gym that really wasn't that full, it definitely had an electric feel last night.
It did. And there were a couple times in that game when you could just see our girls were on the brink of exhaustion right before the first half.
Yep.
A lot of red faces, hands on knees at free throws, hands on hips during dead balls. Let's see if Coach Anderson can drop a quick hitter here that will score some points.
Well, and you kind of wonder, is he going to maybe extend that bench a little bit tonight? I know we only played 6 last night.
Yeah.
Is there somebody else he's going to bring in just to try to get a couple minutes here and there? Carlisle seems to be getting everything right now, though.
Yep.
Anything that's loose, they're finding a way to get to it.
Yeah, what kind of a wild shot by Noring, but just kept after the loose ball.
Yeah, she's very active. She causes some problems.
Looks like right now they're in a triangle and 2 defensively as well. So they are man-to-man on Mia and Kate and playing a 3-person zone with their other 3 defenders. Kind of noticed that on the last possession and see if they stay in that.
And not a bad game plan.
No.
You're gonna force other people, like we talked about, to step up and make some plays, make some shots. So you've probably seen that a few times before in your coaching days.
Yep.
At least for sure, boxing 1.
Oh yeah.
What was your plan against a triangle and 2? What did you try to do?
Well, there's a lot of different things you can do. I think probably one thing you can do is run your man-to-man offense instead of your zone offense because you'll get more movement. And right now we're just kind of throwing the ball around and not looking like we have much of a plan. So you can run your man-to-man offense. You can run your 2 players that are being man-to-man through a lot of screens. A lot of different things you can try.
Yeah, that's what I was always kind of under the impression of doing, is just sticking with your man-to-man offense and getting good motion going, and eventually you'll find some shots. I think part of it is our girls just need to calm down a little bit too. We seem a little bit anxious and rushed to get some shots up.
Yeah.
So we've got Hannah Green entering the game now. Another jump ball here out of Mia. It's good effort play there. But we are over 4 minutes into the game here.
It's a bucket.
It's time to get some points here.
And this is not an insurmountable lead at this point, but you sure don't want to get down a whole lot more, and especially if you're going to have a hard time scoring tonight. And they're going to let Rebecca Fuller have that shot. There's some nice screen for Mia. There's a double team on Kate. Still found a way to get the bucket.
Yeah, I thought that was initially a really bad shot out of Mia, but it was just a good pass. Yeah. Perfect spot, which she often does, finding Kate. And Kate does a really nice job of always sealing her defender. Yep. All right. We got Reba on the fast break.
Nice pull up.
Yep, that's a good shot. Just didn't get it to go. Another jump ball. Maybe our 4th of the game already. Possession will go back to Carlisle.
Yep.
Pretty good fast break there out of Reba. Just couldn't quite get it to go.
Yep. Under control. She didn't charge. She didn't run through anybody. Now a little 3/4 court pressure from Coach Anderson.
Bout got what they wanted there. Bout got that turnover.
And dropping into that 2-3 zone. I think Carlisle's really going to have a hard time scoring against the 2-3 zone. I think they're going to get their points off of transition, off of Bonnarant turnovers. They're going to have to knock down a 3 or 2, and a lot of length out on the floor right now for the Blue Jays.
Looking at some of their percentages, they do shoot about 26% from the 3-point line and 33% overall. So shooting maybe isn't their forte.
Right.
Kate Lappy shows what kind of athlete she is there.
Coast to coast.
There's not a lot of high school girls you're going to find get that rebound and then just turn and go coast to coast.
No. And she did that a couple times last night, too, against the pressure when really there just wasn't any other choice. Mia's getting trapped in the corner along the baseline, get it out quick to Kate, and she made some good decisions. I'm sure she played a lot of point guard in 5th and 6th and maybe some 7th and 8th grade games. So it's not foreign to her, but as much as Mia Miller controls the ball in this offense. For anybody else to handle a lot, just kind of looks out of place at times.
Well, and if you're playing us, that's maybe part of your game plan is let's get the ball out of Miller's hand and see if somebody else can handle it. And a lot of times it ends up being Kate, which if a big is guarding her, she's going to win that battle most of the time.
Right. Let's see if we can get a third foul on Noring here. That could be a big.
Almost got another one there. Doing a good job getting some tipped. Some deflections, but we need to get one of those steals.
And she flashes into the high post unchecked.
Yeah, they've done that a couple of times where we've kind of allowed them to catch that ball at the free throw line, which is a big no-no. You talked about hitting threes. Well, if you're going to give them that shot, that's too easy.
Yep.
Another nice pass there out of Mia. Easy finish for Kate.
Couldn't see if they were still in that combo defense or if they switched back to a man.
Thought Meyer had a shot at that one. Little carry. No call. Nice finish there out of Katie Keeney.
6 points for her, so she in.
Right idea. You just got to get that ball higher.
Pretty athletic play by Noring. Couldn't finish that, but you can see.
Yeah, it could have been some contact. I know Carlisle wanted the foul there. Don't know if I love that three.
I like the putback.
Yeah, it was kind of an awkward-looking rebound and off 1 foot, but got it to go.
Yep.
13-8.
Keep forcing those shots. That's going to be nothing but beneficial.
And the other thing that press does is if it doesn't get turnovers, a lot of times it speeds you up, and you end up with shots like that, which when a team is shooting 25%, that's kind of the shot you want them to take. I don't think Kate liked that call.
No, I think she was kind of pointing to her eye or side of her face, like maybe she took a hand to the side of the face.
And I will say that press has given us a little bit of energy here at least.
Yep.
Got to go up.
Got to go up.
Well, they're going to get a foul.
Yep.
We got 3 seconds left. Still taking the ball out of bounds. Got time for a couple dribbles here.
Yeah, maybe even a quick pass and a throw back in. Oh, that's a pretty good look right there. That's a darn good look.
I've got a feeling that Coach White is not very happy about that defense right there with 3 seconds.
Probably not. Hannah Green's been knocking a shot down, a couple shots down a game and getting more comfortable.
She started the year pretty slow as far as making shots, but yeah, for sure. Last night she came in, didn't hesitate, put a couple up. Right there, that one looked really good. And if she can fill that role, you get 2 or 3 of those per game.
Yeah. And she gives you such a solid effort on the defensive end.
For sure.
Great effort, great length, especially up top in that zone. Going to give teams a lot of problems. So, no, I think right now, there we got the scoreboard changed. I think turnovers were an early problem. Some transition defense problems. You better find Noring in transition because she's going to take the ball to the basket. Slow that down, really turn this into a half-court game. I think it's just going to really turn the momentum around, as it already has kind of started to do that.
We weathered the storm there a little bit, it looks like. And I think you're right. Noring is that concern on the press, is not allowing her to just break us with the dribble.
Yep.
Forcing somebody else to do it. Carlisle starts with the ball here in the second quarter. Jays did cut it down from a 9-0 deficit to a 13-11 game. There's that high post flash again. Kate with the block. We saw her with 4 last night. A couple big ones too.
Out on the three-point line.
I think, nice shot out of Meyer.
And she shot that one in rhythm. She caught it and she shot it. She didn't think about it. She didn't dribble. She just caught it and shot it.
I don't think people realize how athletic Kate is until they actually play her.
No, I know.
You can watch film and all that stuff, but until there's another block. Yeah. Until you actually get out on the court, you don't realize how quickly she's going to get up on you.
And how strong she is. That's the other thing. I learned that quickly in a little pickup game in your front yard when we had our track banquet last year. She put the hurt on me.
She moved a couple bodies last night. I don't think Grinnell had seen anything like that this year. Yeah, right now, the Jays really kind of got Carlisle
flummoxed.
Yeah. Ooh, and the game is
getting ugly.
Getting a little crazy here, a little wild. She can't even seem to catch a ball right now. All right, Jay's under control here. Let's get a good one. There she is in rhythm again.
That a girl.
Yeah, that looks good.
That a girl. Hey, if you get last 3 buckets have been threes from Meyer and Green.
Yep.
That's exactly what we were talking in the pregame that we're going to need in some of those big games coming up.
And that was a nice job out of Mia, pressing that baseline, forcing the defense to help, and then an easy kick back for Green. Travel?
Yes. Yep.
Need to put that on the floor one time.
So Carlisle started 9-0, and now it's 17-13. So that's a 17-4. I'm not a math
good
teacher.
Job. Yep, that's good math.
A little mental math.
We're both social studies guys,
yes.
so we don't.
Yeah. We can tell you the capital of Slovakia, I think. I'm not going to even try to guess that. That was not a good example. Nice job, Rita.
We'll just stick with, like, the state capitals. That's
oh, yeah,
easy.
Really good at those.
Good find from Noring. And we've got Emma Pitts there knocking down the 3. Yep. Much needed bucket for the Wildcats. 19-16.
Thought Hannah Green was going for a heat check there for a second. There's Reba. He's hanging out on the weak side.
And Chesney did a good job there just getting the ball up there on the hoop because nobody was near Reba. Pretty easy rebound and put back there for Fuller.
Basically served like a pass.
Yep. You think Steenhook and Lampy have some pretty good battles in practice?
I would say yes.
I can't imagine Chesney just backing down.
No, she's got some bulldog to her. And that's the thing I've said about her in all these games that I've watched here at home is she doesn't pout. She doesn't feel bad about things when things aren't going well. She just kind of keeps herself in the game.
Third block there out of Lappy.
Yeah. And for a sophomore who had some varsity experience last year, that's really saying a lot and bodes well for her future. And I'm sure she's taken a lot from Kate. And
oh, yeah. And it's going to make her only better because next year she's going to have to take on a different role, be more of a scorer.
Yep. Kate looks like she might be a little bit fatigued right now. Another big rebound. I don't think she's been out of the game yet.
No.
Played all those minutes last night.
I think we've got a couple that haven't came out yet. We've got that 6-person rotation.
They're still in that triangle in 2 also.
Yep, which if those other girls can keep hitting shots, that'd be really good. Oh, nice play there. Nice play out of Keeney initially, but Jays with the putback. Chesney there getting the rebound.
You know, really good production out of it, out of everybody. We got scoring out of all of the Jays except Mia Miller right now, and she's done so many other things to facilitate that scoring.
She's probably led to about 14 of our points.
Yep, there's going to be a backcourt violation. Yeah, Blue Jays really taking control of this, and you know, right now you want to really extend that lead as much as you can because there's a good chance you run out of gas late in the third or fourth quarter.
Yep.
Still in a triangle in 2.
Good move there out of Miller. Couldn't quite get it to go.
I think you could pick 3 people that might have fouled Kate there. Unfortunately, it's not Noring.
Well, and there's a lot of times too I've noticed where she does get fouled and refs just kind of let things go. I think because
she's big.
She can take so much contact that they don't call everything they probably should.
Yep. We go back into that 3-quarter court press.
Don't let her go by. There you go. just speed them up here a little bit.
Yep, they are. They're playing like their hair's on fire.
Oh.
Worked for them that time.
Nice job out of Keeney. She's got 7. You talk about rhythm. She looked good in that one, too. Good. Step into it, knock it down. 26-19 Jays. Oh, man. We're heating up now. Pitts with another 3. I believe she's got 2. I don't think we want to get in another track meet, though.
No.
That was a really nice job out of Pitts, finding Lappy and blocking her out for that offensive rebound.
I'm going to get a travel call there.
Yeah, you wonder if Ben might even just use a timeout here just to give his kids a little bit of a rest.
Let them breathe a little bit. Yep, I kind of wondered that last night. I think a couple of those timeouts were very much all about that, and just to kind of keep the game from going from 9 to double digits. And most of those timeouts really worked out for him last night.
Good entry there out of Miller. You see that basketball IQ out of both of those kids.
Yep.
Lappy knows how to seal her kid, and Miller knows where to put the pass. And you're going to basically get 2 results. You're going to get a layup or you're going to get a foul, maybe both.
Well, and they've played together for 8 years. They just know where one another's going to be. And
the other thing the Jays did last night, pretty good. They shot free throws well, 80% from the free throw line.
Yeah.
Kate was 6 of 8. A lot higher than their season average, which is 59.
Yeah.
I think you'd really like to see that number go up.
Tough little shot there on the baseline.
Yeah, really nice job out of Sage Austin. Good post up and little turnaround. Probably a charge, yep. Looked just a little bit out of control.
Yeah, Peyton does that sometimes. She just kind of puts her head down and goes.
Last year she was pretty wild and crazy out on the court. This year she is much milder and doesn't do that nearly as much.
Yep, but that earns her a quick seat on the bench with 2 fouls, and need her to be in the game defensively and because she's been heating it up from 3 out there.
Green about with the steal there. Three ball there from Keeney, misses. Jay's clear, 3-point lead. Good jump stop there out of Reba.
That's a really athletic looking move out of Reba. Oh my goodness.
And when she decides to elevate, there's not going to be anybody up there with her.
But she got from the wing to the middle of the lane with 1 bounce and a jump stop like you mentioned.
Yep, good utilization of the jump stop. Noring with a little floater. That's a nice looking shot. 29-26, under 2 to play here in the second quarter.
It really looked like we were going to maybe pull away, but Carlisle's been hanging around.
That was a dangerous pass there out of Reba. Looks like we got a foul on the block here. I think that's going to put Lappy to the free throw line, shooting 1 and 1. Looks like Sage Austin picks up her second.
Yep, number 2. We're going to get her out, I think.
It looks like Kalia Freeman. Hope I'm saying her name right.
It's good. It's good effort.
If I'm not, I apologize.
I've never seen Freeman pronounced any other way.
No, her first name.
Oh, okay.
I feel good about the last name.
Sorry, I just stating the obvious. Kate misses the front end of the bonus.
I think we're trying to set a record for jump balls tonight.
Yep, we got a bunch of them. It's like a 7th grade B game right now.
It's usually not a good sign when you have that many jump balls. Plays a little bit sloppy. It definitely has picked up from the beginning, though. That almost could have been another one.
Yep.
Good little move there out of Steenhook to get 2.
Yeah, just good patience there. You know, she didn't get in a hurry. She didn't rifle the ball up. She just kind of waited until there was a good scoring angle and finished the shot.
Puts Jays up 5 with 1 to play. Might have been a travel. Yep, he's going to call that. Good pressure out of Mia. Ben going to hold it here for 1. He's going to
no,
going to try to score it.
Yeah.
Or at least look for a good shot. And if you get it, you take it.
Still looks like a triangle in 2.
That's a shot he was looking for. Reba for 3. Hey, she's 50% coming in on the season.
Hey, now she's up that.
No, she's 1 for 2.
Was the other one inside the arc though?
I thought it was I thought it was a 3. I could be wrong. So we're looking at maybe 2 out of 4, 2 out of 3 in the season. I don't have the season numbers. I'm guessing she's 1 for 2. Green for 3. Oh, that looked good. Almost
rain.
Almost went in.
Take this last shot. I can guarantee you that. No. Me and Miller about knocked that up here in the cheap seats.
Thinking about playing some volleyball there. She about spiked that thing into the ground. All right, so the Jays start slow. 9-0 deficit to start the game. And going to halftime, leading 34-28. So 15 plus since that start of the game. We talked a lot about their legs and being tired from last night's game. If you're Ben Anderson, what are you thinking here? What do you got to do to finish this thing out?
I think you just beg and implore your team to keep giving that effort. And I think the 2-3 zone's the right answer. Getting after it man-to-man might be the typical thing you would want to play against this Carlisle team with the turnovers that they're prone to commit. But right now I think with your legs being shot, you stick back in that 2-3 zone. You contest those 3-point shots. You don't let people cut in front of you for easy shots and easy looks. They can do that. They seem to have found a little bit of a rhythm with their attack on offense. Some nice, timely 3-point shooting. That can get them into the middle of the fourth quarter where they can maybe pull off the gas and get some of the other girls in to finish this game off.
Just sell them on the fact that they can rest Saturday and Sunday?
Yes, and sleep in tomorrow.
All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break here at halftime. We'll be back shortly. All right, welcome back to Bondurant. Leaders for the Bluejays at halftime. You've got Reba Fuller with 9 points. You've got Chesney Steenhook with 6. Kate Lappy has got 7. And then Hannah Green has came off the bench, hit a couple threes with 6. And for the Carlisle Wildcats, Isabel Noring, she's leading the charge for the Wildcats with 9. And then Katie Keeney has also got 7 points.
I've got Keeney for 9. I know it shows 7 up there. I'm probably wrong, but.
Well, it's either you or Bobby Wright. Somebody's wrong.
It's me. Bobby, I don't think Bobby makes any mistakes over there.
I've sat there many games. He does. All right, it
just doesn't matter.
No. Looks like the Wildcats are going to start with the basketball here to start the second half. Kind of see if the Jays continue to stay in that three-quarter kind of token pressure a little bit, try to speed up the Wildcats, force some long threes, maybe get a few turnovers out of it. Wildcats probably stay in that triangle and 2 a little bit. I don't know if our girls have hit some shots out of it.
Right. Yeah. I think like we talked about right after the half, just gonna have to grind it out. You're tired, you're fatigued. Back-to-back nights again for anybody tuning in late. Tough loss last night to Grinnell, and great effort by the Blue Jays, but just against a really good, athletic, full-court pressing team. Just got to find your legs here for 16 more minutes.
Good job out of the Wildcats finding that high post again. Good patience working around the perimeter.
They're going to attack the basket here.
Yep, that's pretty good work out of them. Sage Austin did a nice job both times hanging out around that free throw line. Meyer for her third 3. Couldn't get it to go. I believe that's off Carlisle.
Yep, just off.
Yeah, looked pretty good. In rhythm. Yeah, out of our 6, the only one that hasn't scored is Miller, because I failed to mention Meyer. She also had 6 at the half.
Right.
So pretty good balance out of the Blue Jays.
Really good balance.
5 with 6+.
And really needed with this type of defense against Kate and Mia.
Good move out of Chesney.
Yep.
Just a little bit long.
Finish that thing.
Maybe like you see her just put up on the backboard there. Well, Carlisle tracks down their missed 3 there.
That's the one thing with the zone is those long rebounds. You got to really box out for those.
Good hustle out of Pitts to get it, and then they get another rebound.
Oh, she traveled.
Jays finally clear it. Steenhook with the rebound. Meyer going to take another one. Just can't quite get it to go. It's close.
Yeah, need to knock 1 or 2 of those down to keep that defense honest.
Yep, and get them out of that triangle and 2 a little bit. Something you probably don't practice a ton for. Good skip there out of Noring.
Little bobble of the ball.
Always found that to be one of the most productive things to do against the zone is if you're able to skip past it.
Yeah.
Really get that defense to turn their head.
Shift the defense.
Okay, it looks like Jays are running kind of that double high post look.
Yeah.
Steenhook with a tough one. She's kind of got herself twisted around there a little bit. Good job out of Mia to get there late. It was close.
Yeah, and I think that's more of a player control than anything else. Mia wasn't like sliding into her. She was going backwards, so.
Yeah, good aggressive move there out of the Keeney girl. I kind of wish high school would put a restricted circle in there as well.
Probably not a bad idea. Wouldn't be a bad thing.
I have a hard time giving charge calls when defensive players take it underneath the hoop because that's usually not very good defensive position.
For sure. Don't disagree with you, and I like.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who that one was to.
Yeah.
Both kind of looked at each other like that's yours.
And I like our shot clock that's coming in next year.
I think that'll be good.
Yep.
Definitely didn't need it last night, but a lot of games you probably do. And we might have needed it late in the game if we would have been in a different fouling situation or a little bit closer. Grinnell might have tried to hold it longer.
Yeah, because they really put the brakes on kind of midway through the fourth quarter and spread it out and looked for layups. Nice pass, Mia.
Yeah, she does a really good job of drawing the attention of the defense, and they get caught looking at her and kind of forget about who they're guarding. Nice job out of Reba sliding there behind and getting an easy layup.
That's 11 for Reba. I don't know if that's approaching career high territory or not, but
it's got to be close. She's averaging 5 on the season. Tough one there out of Noring. Reba really was pretty close to her throughout.
Reba was just a really raw athlete as a basketball player that has kind of really blossomed and become a nice player, a nice contributor to this team.
She's done some good things this year.
She's going to let her rip.
I don't blame her. Being able to finish with her right hand this year has been really good. She's had some post moves that are pretty solid. And she has that ability just to rise up above everybody else.
A little ragged here to start the half. We were at 34-28. Both teams have gotten a bucket in the first 4 minutes. Kind of the way the first quarter started, only Carlisle
didn't score 9 here. They've only scored 2.
And I don't think they played last night. Guess I didn't check into that.
Well, I looked at their last 5. And the last one was against Ballard, so I doubt they played a conference game on a Thursday night.
Right. There you go.
I was looking at that, and I looked at the rankings, and Ballard is ranked 4th. Are they down in 3A?
Yes.
They're ranked 4th in 3A.
They are in 3A.
Must have barely squeaked in there.
Yeah, from 4A state champs to being in 3A.
Yeah, usually that doesn't happen, but be interesting to see how that plays out for them.
The pods for the boys' districts were released today, not the matchups.
I did not see that.
Not an easy break for the Bluejays.
Who they got?
They've got a highly rated and very good Pella team. They've got a very good North Polk team that we saw here play earlier this year with
good finish there out of Mia. Good patience
with a superstar player. Clark of Osceola is a nice team out of there that hasn't typically had a great basketball program, but a solid group this year. Oh, and there was one more.
Clark's up in 3A, huh?
Yep, that's what I said.
Traditionally, they've kind of been down in 2A. Yep. Now, obviously, with the boys, it's a little bit different than the girls as far as number of classes. So you'll see teams that are in 3A that might be in 4A for girls. There's Green. There you go. Yeah, tell you what, a night like this can really go a long ways. Building that confidence, thinking, hey, I'm going to knock that shot down.
Yeah.
And that's what you want out of your kids, believing they're going to make it.
You know what we haven't done yet? We haven't recognized our sponsor, the Bird's Nest.
Yeah, better do that.
Hey, the Bird's Nest. Patrick's always kind of taking the lead on talking about the Bird's Nest, but great business here. Closely affiliated, not directly affiliated with the school district, on the Garfield campus, I like to call it, providing a great service to this community before and after school care, and put a lot of our kids to work. A lot of our high school students get some good work experience there that might turn into potential careers in child care, teaching.
Yep.
But want to thank the Bird's Nest, great sponsors, and allow us to push this out to grandpas and grandmas and uncles and aunts far away, far and near. Our teachers, I know, a lot of them tune in on a Friday night. They've just had it this week, and they just want to sit at home and kick their feet up.
Some of them might be sleeping already.
Yep.
Yeah, I get to see the Bird's Nest from my room. It's kitty corner from me. So I always see a ton of kids out there playing. It looks like organized chaos.
Yep, they got a lot going on there.
Back in action here. Jays have extended a little bit here. 41-30 with that 3 from Green. There's some athletic ability out of Reba. Nice job.
Yeah, Lauren Osborne checked into the game.
I think that's a good idea because Kate's pretty tired over there. She looks tired just sitting there.
And it's going to force Carlisle to do something different defensively now because they can't play their triangle and 2. I don't know if they'll go to a box and 1 on Mia. I wasn't paying close enough attention to see if they've switched.
Well, you could run that triangle and 2. You just got to pick a different person. Yeah. I don't know who that would be. I suppose maybe you'd move it on to Chesney. If that's what you've practiced all week, maybe that's how you stick with it.
There's 7 for Chesney on the night.
It'd be nice if we get 4 or 5 kids here to double figures
That'd
tonight.
That'd be awesome. She just needs a bucket now. Kate's going to check back in. Short breather for her.
43-30 with 2 minutes to go in the third.
One thing Lauren Osborne's going to give you is great defensive effort. She's going to box out. She's going to do all the fundamental things well. There's a bucket. Yeah.
And that's what you got to use Reba for. She's going to be good on those runouts. Get your head up and see if you can find her.
I just love her at the top of that 2-3 zone too. I mean, so active and long and athletic, tipping passes, getting steals, making it difficult to throw passes. Norrin got that one
Tough to shoot over.
Yeah. There's Lauren.
That's a good little play there,
Carlisle. Hannah kind of let that girl sneak in the back door.
A little too easy on the entry. Look at that. Nice little roll out of Green.
Yeah.
Puts her in double figures. She's up to 11 now. Jays back to a 15-point lead. Norring deep 3. That thing was almost from the bench.
Yeah, and we don't want to get her going. I mean, kind of want to keep it at this 12, 15-point mark going into the fourth quarter. And sure don't want to let Norring
She is their second leading scorer behind Keeney at about 11 per game.
Get Kate back in there, get Chesney a breather till the end of the third. Good use of the bench right here by Coach Anderson.
You extended that lead a little bit. You felt comfortable enough throwing somebody else in there. And like you said, you know what you're going to get out of Osborne. She's going to play hard and play good D. Good job out of Reba and Mia there, just working the top of that, communicating and switching responsibilities.
And with a team that struggles a little bit to handle the ball, that zone just kind of grinds you down a little bit. Winterset was the other team in our boys district, so that's a pretty tough group of 5 towards the top. If you come out of that, you're looking like a pretty good team. Nice dish by Hannah Green.
There's Osborne with the rebound and put back, going to shoot 2. And we have not seen girls, correct?
We have not. That's not out yet, no. Not that I'm aware of.
I looked today and did not see it. Be interesting to see what our girls can finish. It's obviously going to matter how they finish these next few games here.
Yep.
Still have a shot at Norfolk to get a good victory. Winterset will be at the very end.
Stay away from Ballard, which is a good thing.
Yep, won't have to worry about them, I guess.
Gilbert's another girls team that's really been playing good basketball of late.
Well, I think we'd maybe like to avoid Grinnell just because of the style that they play.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
And they're really good.
If we can avoid Grinnell and DCG, I think we got as good a chance as anybody to make another trip back to state. So, all right, so 47-35 after 3 quarters. That was a 13-7 quarter for the Blue Jays. Really kind of just what they needed. And again, they just kind of want to continue to build that lead. If they can carry this out to 15, 16, 17 points with 3-4 minutes left, they're probably in good shape to throw it into cruise control.
Well, and it started off really slow. Like you said, we had a basket apiece 4 minutes into the third quarter here, and Jays were able to get it going there a little bit. Hannah Green again coming off the bench and hitting a couple nice shots for us. Reba getting a couple buckets. So,
yeah, we might have 2 players with career highs tonight in Green and Fuller. I'm just got to think that they're both right.
If the Jays can go out and win these first 2 or 3 minutes here, extend this lead a little bit, you feel pretty good. And then you can rest for the weekend.
Yeah. I when I was walking back in the gym, right, as the girls were coming back in at halftime, I said to Kate Lappy, hey, you can sleep in tomorrow.
Yep.
And that probably sounds pretty appealing right now. They look like a tired team. But to their credit, they've given the effort that they need to put themselves in place to win this game.
Good cut there out of Kate.
Really
Good
nice
pass. Oh, couldn't quite get it to go in.
Looked like if you watched the Iowa-Purdue game last night, a Travion Williams pass. That guy's so good passing the ball out of the post. And Kate, just with good vision, she knew with the double team that Chesney was probably going to be over there. Chesney.
Trying to pull up the BC Moore rankings, the computer rankings, just to kind of see where our girls line. It looks like we sit at 13th.
Okay.
And state doesn't necessarily use those. Obviously, they're going to use some geography, but when it comes to seeding, I know that
the girls do such a better job than the boys do.
Of dividing those best teams up. Looks like Brooke White. Think that's Coach's kid right there?
Could be.
Freshman coming in, hitting a 3. I got a feeling that's probably Coach White's daughter.
Good choice by Peyton Meyer not to pull the trigger right there because it led to that.
Yep, again, just knowing where each other's going to be and what they're going to do. Really easy bucket there for Kate. But looking at those rankings, and we talk about the teams around us, the 2 you mentioned are number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
DCG's number 1, and then Grinnell's number 2. Norfolk is number 4. Indianola 7. Gilbert 15. So we're going to get one of those for sure.
I'm thinking they're going to send Grinnell further east and maybe DCG further west to make their path a little bit easier.
Okay.
Just a guess, because historically the girls' union has, for lack of a better term, gerrymandered better to put their better teams.
There you go. There's your social studies term.
Thank you.
Redividing those districts.
Yep.
Good chance we end up with Norfolk.
Yeah, Norfolk. Indianola is a possibility too. The boys' association, on the other hand, they just don't seem to care as much. It's almost purely geography, and with 5 teams that are probably fairly highly rated. Get Kate there, I think. Maybe a little push.
Maybe a little bit of a clear out.
That's her first foul.
I said that last night, sitting over there at the bench. She does a really nice job of not getting in foul trouble. And part of that is I think she just has such good body control. She never gets herself out of position.
Yep.
And just being a better athlete than people around you also helps.
See a little extra bounce on the rebound there. Chesney, long 2. Good. Double figures, 11 for her.
Well, and if she can do that, that'll be really tough because we run that high-low action.
Yeah.
You can't sag off of her. Knock down that elbow jumper.
That's a shot I think she could spend a lot of time on this summer too and really make it a weapon for herself next year.
Good block out there out of Meyer, but we just don't go get it. Kate goes and gets that one, though.
There's your state discus and shot person spanking your state long jump person. There's the dynamic duo on the fast break. It's like a youth basketball night or something.
It is. It's a Bondurant basketball club night. So we'll have about, I'm guessing at least over 100 3rd through 6th graders running around here. It'd be good for whoever's supervising.
I do see Mr. Klein here. I'm grateful for that.
Jays have extended this thing to 16 right now. We talked about winning those first couple minutes. They did that. Got Hannah Green coming in for Reba.
Yeah, great job by Reba tonight. Really enjoy watching her play tonight.
She's got 13. Might get back in this game. We'll see. And I got to think 13's got to be close to her career high. We got 3 in double figures right now. Or do you got 4?
I got 4.
You got 4. Who do we not have up on the board?
We got Steenhook, Lappy, Green, and Fuller. All in double figures. And Meyer's making a bid to get there.
I thought for a second there she was just going to run the girl over.
There's Mia playing safety.
Good kick.
It's a
step
2.
back.
Nice job, Hannah Green. Nice pass. Good finish.
Oh.
Get that thing go down, Kate.
Yeah, that was a nice job out of Hannah just to get enough of that rebound and then tip it to Lappy. I'm sure she'd like that one back. She finishes that one about every time.
Yeah, on a normal night, that's an easy 2.
Might be a little bit of that fatigue setting in. And she's done a much better job this year hitting those free throws, taking her time. She looks like she's in rhythm.
Yep. I've got her with 14, so I know Bob is wrong over there.
Yep. We'll blame him. He's not listening. I don't think he's going to go home and listen to us. So
probably not.
We can say whatever we want
probably
about him.
Not. So lead is out to 17, 18 pending another free throw here. Just about the stake has almost been driven in, I think.
Yeah, you kind of wonder how much longer is Ben going to go here, going back to back.
And I'm sure he'd really like to see the Carlisle team empty their bench first, although they've played most of their girls tonight. They got a couple still sitting on the bench that could go into the game.
Was that how you kind of handled things when the losing team threw in the towel? You went to the bench, or did you go sooner sometimes?
I'd go sooner if I knew it just wasn't going to make a difference. I'm sure anybody listening out there that coached against me was like, "Yeah, sure you did. You stuck it to us every chance you got." But
always a tough call. And
it is.
Nice little move there. Look like
Sievers.
Yes. Noring pushing the pace there a little bit. That Katie Keeney, she's our leading scorer. She's a pretty good player. She's got some good moves.
Yeah, she's kind of nifty.
Does some good stuff around the hoop. Nice bucket there out of Steenhook. Good pass out of Green. Let's see. Ben's getting a timeout here. Maybe just to give the kids a rest. Thought maybe it was to sub somebody in, but I think he's just giving them a breather.
Yep. So what do we got coming up in the boys' game? We got a Carlisle team that's maybe struggled the last couple of years compared to where Carlisle's been basketball-wise over the last decade or so.
Yep, they're sitting at 1-14 right now, 1-10 in conference play, putting them in ninth. Their one conference win was over Gilbert. I do feel like they've had some closer scores, so they're showing some signs that maybe they're getting a little bit better.
Yeah.
The big thing for them, though, looking at their stats, is we kind of talked about their girls' team, is they just don't shoot it very well. Score 42 points a game compared to us scoring 62. Overall field goal percentage of 34%, 25 from 3.
And if you were a kid from Carlisle, wouldn't you want to just live in that beautiful gym of theirs?
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I keep hoping that we can get one with a little track around the top.
I've heard that, that's some things that maybe track coaches like.
I keep putting in that request.
I think it's been heard.
I suppose money usually comes into play, doesn't it?
It does. Public schools, unfortunately, don't have that.
They don't just give those away.
Nice move, Kate. That was not a travel. I'm afraid to say that was not a travel.
I thought she kept her left foot down.
Yep.
But he's a lot closer than I am.
Coach Anderson's just as close, and he disagrees. I'm going to give Coach Anderson the benefit of the doubt there. I don't think Carlisle can get to 58 points at this point, but a couple more open threes like that.
Yep, that's a nice shot there.
Brian White, first bucket of the game.
Maybe the coach has got two daughters.
Could be.
Brian and Brooke, freshman, sophomore. Well, pretty good block out there.
Yeah, right now.
And Riley Sievers.
Right now, you just need layups. You need to handle the ball, make them foul you, shoot free throws, get layups.
Let that go. Somehow that didn't touch anybody.
Yeah, I thought that was going to go off the back of Chesney's hand there.
Reba comes back in for Hannah Green.
A little pressure, a little 1-2-2 it looks like.
I think you got to force the issue a little bit here if you're Carlisle. Kate probably just need to pull up and shoot that one.
Yeah, maybe a little jump stop about 6-7 feet from the bucket. And
I think Carlisle did a nice job of recovering.
Maybe another three. Yeah.
There's Keeney again. Puts her at 14.
Yeah, we got a 10-point game.
She's at 14 and Noring's at 12. We're forcing the issue, and we don't need to be forcing the issue.
Yeah.
Miller with the turnover, then the foul. Keeney looking to cut this thing down to 8 points with 2 free throws and 2:15 to play. Ben was probably thinking about getting subs in, and now all of a sudden we got to worry about holding on here.
Got to finish this thing.
Keeney misses the first one.
Yep.
Looks like Sage Austin re-entering the game. Makes the second, cuts it to 9.
Yep, gets it down there to 9, single digits. Just got to take care of the ball now. Get it across half court, too.
Yeah, we need to weather the storm here and just get an easy bucket. Thought Kate was going to pull that. Steal by Noring. Trying to get her back from that block shot from earlier. Uh-oh.
We're going to call the bucket.
Bucket's
We're
good.
Count the bucket.
The fouls on Carlisle. Coach Anderson's taking a timeout. Yeah, that would have been bad if that would have been on us.
And now we've got to make free throws, and not in a 10 or 12 point game, in a 6-point game. So really, that's not a terrible thing for Carlisle to have that 3-point shot go down and then send Bondurant to the free throw line right away.
No time goes off the clock. Not for sure who our shooter is. I think it's
Kate Laffey.
Is it Kate?
Yep. Looked like it was under the basket, and she was the only one under the basket.
Well, Noring's 3 puts her at 15, and Katie Keeney's got 15. So they're definitely leading the charge here for the Wildcats. Got 30 out of their 52. And Jays just seemed a little rattled right now. A lot of turnovers and some quick shots.
Well, you get to that. I think 16 was the biggest lead.
Yep.
You get to that point, and you expect the other team just to kind of cave. And
your mindset
buckle.
Changes a little bit.
I guess it's Mia going to the free throw line.
You're thinking about maybe getting a couple buckets before you get out of the game.
You're thinking about maybe a couple slices of Casey's pizza and a root beer and calling it a night. It's off Kate. So, man, this is not.
Yep. Mia leaves that a little short. Kate almost had the rebound there.
This is one of those things that makes coaches lose hair and turn gray.
Well, at this juncture, you just got to do everything you can to hold on. You don't want to – it'd be devastating if you somehow ended up losing this one.
Yep.
Which we did see our boys 2 weeks ago lose a tough one to Ballard, up 17 and halfway through the third. This one's a little bit different scenario.
Yeah, you just want to run them off the 3-point line. Rebound every missed shot.
I think he anticipated a foul there a little bit. Didn't look like much.
Yeah, I agree. At this point, we'd like to see a little time come off the clock.
Well, once again, we're in that situation of 1-1, 6-point game. Down to about 1:30.
Yeah, Keeney is fouled out.
I did not realize that. Now that's a big loss for Carlisle.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't think she wanted a foul there.
Yeah. Right now, Kate just needed to step off the line, kind of reset. She's been standing there a long time thinking about this free throw.
Look good, relaxed.
Yep.
She's up to 14 now. I'm guessing about that many rebounds as well.
Yeah. Maybe half that many blocks.
She had 4 last night, and they were pretty impressive. She's usually a gamer. She loves those situations.
Oh,
and that's a foul. Just stay straight up.
Yep.
Challenge
Chesney had
it.
stayed straight up. She didn't know if she wanted to block the shot or stay straight up, and she just lowered her left hand at the last second and caused that foul to be called.
So you got Pitts going to the line here. 71% free throw shooter, so pretty good, shooting 2. Knocks down the first, cuts it to a 7-point game. We're exactly at 1:30. Looks like Sage Austin's re-entering the game for Brooke White. Carlisle doesn't suit a lot of kids, do they? It looks like they only suit 10 on their roster. Misses the second. Good job out of Kate getting the rebound and not getting herself in a hurry.
There's a layup waiting to happen on the other end. But more importantly, just break the press and let time be your friend now.
Yep, make him come out and guard you.
Yep.
Coach Anderson going to use the timeout with 1:11 left, up 7.
Kate looking a little frustrated, a little tired.
Yeah, you just need to close this thing out right now. Probably going to have a couple more opportunities at the free throw line as long as we don't turn the basketball over.
Yep, another foul, a couple more fouls gets us into the double bonus, and that, of course, allows you to relax a little bit at the free throw line, knowing it's not all or nothing on that first one. Pep band in the house tonight.
Yeah, we got a good amount of band members there, and the student section is starting to fill up. They're always a little slow to get here.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're waiting for dinner to be served to them at home.
Might be. Probably all stayed real late, did some extra homework, until 5:30, get home, have dinner. Not quite sure why they're so late arriving. Kind of like a Dodgers crowd.
Been to one Dodgers game. Saw Hesop Choi hit 3 home runs that day.
Wow. There's a blast from the past.
That probably only happened once.
Yep, I don't think he had another game like that.
A little aggressive play there out of Noring, trying to force a little action.
She had 2 early fouls, and you can see that why
did a good job of staying away from
Coach
third.
White trusted her to stay in the game. This is where your point guard needs to be a point guard and make late free throws. That's her first point of the game.
Yeah, that's crazy. She doesn't score it at a super high clip, but
they've got her for 3, but I think that's that bucket either belongs to Chesney or.
Yeah, somebody was off 2 points.
Yeah.
Misses a second. Gets the rebound to Steenhook. Lappy's going to go back to the free throw line, and now we're going to be shooting 2. Misses her first. Jay's up 8, 1:04 to play.
She got it.
Front end of the rim and gets it to go in. 16 for Kate now. Jays just need to play good D. Give up a 3. Looked like Brienne White knocking that one down.
Yep.
She does appear to be their best three-point shooter at 32%.
I believe I said I don't think they're going to get to 58, and they're at 56. Whether they can get to 62 is the next question.
Yeah, we're still gonna have to make some free throws here and protect the basketball. Give a lot of credit to Carlisle for not giving up.
100%.
A lot of teams that were down 16-17 in the fourth quarter would have thrown in the towel, and they kept fighting.
Yep.
And I think they cut it down to 5 maybe, or 4 even. They might have got it to 4 at one point, and Ben called a timeout. Maybe it was 6. I don't know. But it was.
Yeah, I think that 6 is the closest they've got.
Well, like we talked about, some of the other kids had to step up tonight, and it's a good thing they did.
Oh, without a doubt. And we'll have a Legacy Bank Player of the Game that we're going to have to choose. I've got a couple of candidates, that's for sure.
Yep.
Let's finish this thing off first, though.
Yeah, because if we end up losing, I might give it to a Carlisle kid. I probably can't do that, can I?
I don't think that'd be the right thing to do.
Good play there out of the Bluejays. Just get it in, and then right back to Kate.
There's a layup.
Nice job breaking the press there. Steenhook with her 15th point. There's that athleticism out of Kate, making a really nice play. Forcing it. Oh, gonna call a foul. I really thought that was going to be a jump ball. Maybe Kate had possession of it.
Yeah.
So she's going to go to the other end and shoot some free throws. Jays are up 8. Kate's got 16 right now on the night. There's 17.
Yeah, I just can't really say it enough how hard it is to play on Friday night after you've already played on a Tuesday and a Thursday. It is really, really hard. I've got Kate with 20 on the night with that free throw.
Maybe that's the 2 points that Bobby's got incorrect.
She might have 20
Kate,
rebounds,
yeah,
too.
I think she's definitely in the teens.
Yep. Every rebound she gets is a new school record, too.
Every single time, yep. So I don't think there's any doubt she's going to get to 600. It's going to be, how close can she get to 700, I think.
Yeah.
That'll be determined by the number of games we play, I suppose, in postseason. 10-point lead now for the Jays. I think we're safe with 22 seconds to go. Either the 19th or 21st point for Kate.
And I have Chesney with 13, not 15, like the board says.
So at least 24.
Yeah.
Good D out of the Jays there. Just really haven't given them that three-point shot that they've been looking for. Another block for Kate. She's not going to get a triple-double, but I think she's going to be close there with blocks. I think she's got 6 or 7 on the night. I think Mia's going to get a couple free throws here.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose with 6 seconds to go, we can probably pick our...
We can put it in the book.
Yep.
I've got 2 to choose from, and...
you throw the 2 out there, then I'll pick one.
Okay. My first would be Hannah Green, probably a career-high 11 points, 3 threes, and 2 big threes in the second quarter that kind of
separated us.
Kind of let us separate a little bit.
Boy, Kate just still playing.
Yeah.
Forcing a turnover there.
Got that lead back up to 14. I think the people in Vegas are going to be happy about that. My other one's Rebecca Fuller. Just a lot of athleticism out on the floor tonight. Defensively, maybe had her career high. I've got her with 13. The board has her with 13. I'd be real happy with either one of those 2. And
well, we can do 2, can't we? We've done that in football. We've given out 2.
Why can't we?
Okay, we can do whatever we want. So
I
think that, our legacy players of the game are going to be Rebecca Fuller and Hannah Green. I think both very deserving tonight. Reba getting the start, but really playing a great all-around game, scoring 13, getting some rebounds and some steals, and then, like you said, Hannah coming in and knocking down 3 threes.
Yeah. I don't think it's costing Falscraft any more money for us to have 2 players of the game.
I like it. Sounds good. All right. We'll take a little break, and we'll be back for the boys' game.
See you in about 10, 15 minutes.
Welcome back to Bondurant for the start of the boys game. We welcome the Carlisle Wildcats to town versus your Bondurant for our Bluejays. Coming into tonight, Carlisle sits at 1-14 overall, 1-10 in conference play. Lost my sheets with all my.
You really did a good job of preparing, and now what happened? It's not me.
I know.
Oh, our executive producer, Bridget Johnson.
Steals my information. Jays are 8-5, 7-4 overall, which puts them 5th in conference play.
And if I'm not mistaken, Blue Jays are in, we were talking about BC Moore, which for listeners, if they don't know, that's a former Iowa State graduate student who came up with a formula on power rankings for football, boys basketball, girls basketball in the state. And they're 3rd or 4th in Class 3A.
It's similar to what you would see with the old college football rankings.
Yep.
You're going to use a couple different variables. And, yeah, I just looked at that a little bit ago, and it looks like the Jays are coming in number 5, which, you know, honestly is a little bit surprising considering that we're 5th in the conference.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
We're 5th overall in the BC Moore rankings, which I've told has been used a little bit when we do coaches get together and they decide who's going to be the 1 seed. It's kind of an interesting way of doing it.
Yep.
Who's going to be the 1 seed, who's going to be the 2 seed, so on and so forth, and they use that. So, you know, if we're sitting at number 5 overall, we do have a couple locals around us, DCG and Pella, Norfolk, Winterset, which you said Pella and Norfolk are both in Winterset, so 3 in the top 9.
Yeah.
4, well, I guess counting us, 4 in the top 9.
Thank you. Thank you, Athletic Association.
Yeah, interesting matchups there. So starters for Carlisle. Looks like we've got Tyson Guard.
I'm excited to hear you pronounce some names here.
Wyatt Sobio-Skoda. Isaac Camito. Ryan Peterson. Thank you, Ryan Peterson. And Aiden Chanavong. So once again, if I mess up your name, I do apologize. Starters for the Blue Jays. We've got Trey McDowell, Colby Collison, Nolan Meyer, Jackson Freed, and Everett White. And coming into tonight, it looks like Colby Collison, been a 3-year starter for us, is closing in on a milestone of 1,000 points. Not easily done.
Nope. He's going to join a pretty elite list. I think there's 8 previous Blue Jays, most recently Drake Fuller.
Yep, saw him out in the hallway. That's why I was late getting up here. I was talking
I was
to
getting
Drake.
nervous.
Thought I left.
Of course, you got Chris Norton, who's well known nationally now as a national speaker. Chris, over 1,000. 3 guys from the same team: Colin Powers, Justin Sandy, Andy Johnson, which tells you they were pretty good back then. We celebrated that team last week. Steve Tucker was the first to hit that 1,000-point mark. Then there's a guy by the name of Kerwin Dunham, and I think he hit.
Did you do it twice?
2,000-point mark, yeah, 2285 in his career. I had a front seat to all those games.
Did he hit 2,000 his sophomore year, or 1,000 his sophomore year? Or
I don't think it was till his early in his junior year. Good coaching, probably didn't get as many shots as he should have his freshman year. Although he was the starter and the second leading scorer.
Well, way back in the day, I was coaching Roland Story when he was a freshman, so I got to coach against him. I got to see Chris and Drake play, coach both of those kids, played against the 3 that were on one team.
Yeah.
So I know most of those guys. I don't know Steve Tucker. One thing that the Blue Jays do really well, they got a couple really nice out-of-bounds plays, and a lot of them do involve getting calls on the basketball.
Yep.
You want to get your best player the ball in good situations, and easy bucket for him to start the game, and 2 points closer to 1,000.
And we had a closer game than maybe you would have expected against Carlisle, down in Carlisle earlier this month. but the Blue Jays pulled away in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, it ended up being 34-70. We started kind of slow. And I mentioned earlier, we talked a little bit about these teams, and one difference is Nolan with the carry. We've seen that a few times this year. He tends to get that hand underneath the basketball. Carlisle shoots 23% from the three-point line, whereas you look at the Blue Jays and they shoot 38, which is really, that's a great number for a team. I mean, that's, and it's kind of that double-edged sword. I feel like we shoot it really well, and sometimes we fall in love with it. And there's just nights where the three-pointers don't go in. So you hate to always rely on that.
Yep.
Little nickel dimer there.
Couple of them so far. Sometimes officials call these games close early, and we'll see if they can.
Trying to get control of the game, make sure it doesn't get out of hand. Especially this is a rivalry.
It is. It sure is. Things got a little chippy, it sounds like, last night down in Carlisle for the wrestling regular season finale.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. And this historical matchup is 11-11 out of the last 22. So that's a sign of a good rivalry right there.
That is a rivalry. And geographical as well.
Pretty good move there out of Freed. Just can't quite get it to go.
Colby
doing a nice job.
Milestone in the first quarter here.
And the thing I love about him is he can do it in a variety of ways.
Yeah.
He's an excellent three-point shooter, 43%. That's tremendous. The previous couple of years, we've really seen him post up a lot. Not a ton this year or as much. And he's got a good mid-game.
And my favorite thing about Colby is his demeanor. It's supportive of his teammates, doesn't show officials up, doesn't show up his opponent, just
calm and collective.
Yep. Never too high, never too low.
There's a lot of times I wish he would shoot more, but he does do a nice job of letting the game come to him and not getting in a hurry.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of games this year where he has 2 points at halftime.
Wow. We called those first two fouls.
Yeah.
Jackson, 2 possessions in a row there. Took some pretty good bumps.
Little palms up there, like, come on, man.
Yeah, if I could have played like Colby, I would have shot a heck of a lot more.
Oh, me too. You and me both. He's efficient. We'll just say that, because he'll have 2 points at half and finish with 18.
Yep. Carlisle short on the jumper there. Meyer with the rebound, clears it. I think one of the differences between these two teams, besides just shooting the ball, is maybe pace of play. Jays do like to get out and go a little bit.
Yep, they'll push the tempo.
As they should. You get guys that can score it. You want to get as many possessions as possible. Really nice look there out of Everett White, and Meyer finishes it.
Well, I think our listeners that have listened to a lot of our games know I'm a big fan of Everett White. He just he's an effort guy. He's a 110%er. Sometimes that gets him into a little bit of foul trouble, being a little overly aggressive, but really a good team player and a good passer from the post. And
with the height and depth that this team has, he can afford to get in foul trouble every now and then, because you bring another guy in that's got about a 7-foot wingspan. Good drive to the hoop. Nice, really nice finish there for Ryan Peterson.
Call his name all night.
Yeah.
I don't want to call his name all night, but that'd be the easiest one.
Trey with a tough J gets it to go. Back to a 4-point lead.
Good look from Trey. Sometimes he gets a little sideways, with his offense, and got good and squared up there.
Him being a little bit smaller, I think sometimes he does that just to try to create a little bit of space, but it increases the level of difficulty with some of those shots when you start to really fade left or right on your jumper. Mm-hmm. Colby got himself in a little bit of hurry there and lost the basketball. Turnover back to the Wildcats. Jays continuing to pressure.
Coach Evans goes to the bench here. This press really wore Carlisle down too in the game earlier this year.
When you have that ability to throw a lot of bodies at you, we're not even really trying to force a ton of turnovers. We're just making it really hard on them to get the ball up and down the court.
And speeding them up.
Just missed that one. Toby had found a spot in the middle, but couldn't quite get it past the Wildcat defenders. And we see Sandy's going to be entering the game here, and on the bench is Titus Cram. He's still gonna be out tonight, missing his third game. He had been starting for the Jays and really was bringing a ton of energy.
Yep.
I really loved that he was rebounding well, playing, usually guarding the best player on the other team. So he's definitely missed tonight.
Nice two-man game with Reed and Collis in there. Yep, nursing an injury. Hope to see him back next week for sure, and just adds some incredible athleticism to an already athletic team. Probably a good night for him to stay out.
That was a good move out of Chanavon. Just couldn't quite get it to go down. Good use of the hesitation.
One more pass. That's the one.
There's that 7-foot wingspan. Good move out of Toby. Just couldn't quite get her to go down.
Was a nice move. Good to see him being aggressive, hunting his offense a little bit.
I know he likes that three-point shot, so
he does.
It was good to see him with the shot fake and take it to the hoop. That was a tough one there out of Tyson Guard. Well challenged by Reed Falscraft. Good move out of Jackson Freed for the bucket. Gives him 6 on the night. 8-point lead with a minute to play. Got Tate Heidemann bringing up the court. Chanavon with the miss.
Toby did a nice job just walling off there, not creating a lot of contact, just using that length.
Using that height. I think Jackson had the right idea, but Carlisle anticipated that.
Toby probably could have rolled a little harder to the basket too, and I think that's maybe what...
maybe get it up a little bit higher to him.
Yep. That's what Jackson was anticipating.
Boy, Chanavong's athletic. He really gets up on that jumper. He just hasn't gotten any of them to go.
Not afraid to go at a much longer...
Good little spin move, but not able to put it in for Jackson. Got Guard with the tough one. So pretty good start there for the Jays.
Very good, very good. No noticeable mistakes. Nothing terribly explosive offensively at this point, but
it looks like we're going to get shots. It's just going to be a matter of not making mistakes and making those easy ones that we get. Continue to force Carlisle to put some tough ones up.
And I know Coach Evans is wanting to see some guys come off the bench and be productive tonight. Toby Bergeron, Carter Sandy, maybe provide a little extra spark, because you get this late into the season, guys' legs are getting tired. It gets to be the grind. The postseason's still a little bit out there. And not that players are losing interest, but it just gets to be a little bit of a grind this time of year. So hopefully we'll see Carter, Toby both give a little something extra here tonight. Reed Falscraft, really nice game up at Boone on Tuesday. If you watched that one, scored some points, blocked some shots. He's so deceptively long. When you watch an Iowa game, they talk about how deceptively tall and long Patrick McCaffrey is.
Mm-hmm.
Reed Falscraft's that same. He's got arms down to his ankles, and just a tough defender for a sophomore.
When you play those home games, that's really when you want to see your role players really step up their game, a little bit more energy than what you see out of them on the road. Yep, nice move. Way to stick with it for Peterson.
And Chanavon have all 8 of Carlisle's points at this point.
Well, definitely got some contact there. I thought maybe Colby got hit on the drive, but we got Sandy with the foul there.
Here comes the press again. No, just a little man-to-man pressure.
Nice pick and roll action there, and Chanavong with the nice finish.
Wildcats hanging around.
It's pretty good. A little bit of a bump there, but we'll let it go.
Yeah, we were going to see a closely called game, weren't we?
Good quick release out of Colby, knocks down the three, gives him 7 points on the night. (17-10) Blue Jays with a little over 6 to play. There's Chanavong on that pick and roll again. They really like him in that action. I think a lot of it just has to do, he can finish above people. Comes a shot for Falsey. Couldn't quite get it to go. Good cut there.
Yeah, good cutting action.
Good cut out of Peterson. Couldn't quite get it to go down. Jays with the board and clear.
Nice.
Little floater.
Man,
maybe could have even got a foul on the bump.
Yep. That's
9. So we got 7 more to go. Is that what we're looking for?
He needs 14. He needs 5.
Oh, 14. Okay. Good hustle.
False graph. Nice job by Carter Sandy.
Yeah. The pass was taking him out of bounds and took a look at the hoop and realized this wasn't going to turn out very good.
Yep.
So he goes ahead and gets the assist. Hockey assist to Meyer.
Yeah. Nice finish by Nolan Meyer following up the play, too. Could have taken that for granted and thought that was an easy bucket. So
Jays,
good little run there.
Yep. Jays extend the lead to 21-10.
Is it 14-8 at the quarter? Is that right? 14-6?
14-6, I believe. So Carlisle with the timeout there. Looks like a full timeout.
This would be a 3-game sweep of our neighbors to the south, the Wildcats. If we could get the boys win here tonight after a girls win earlier tonight, the wrestling win last night that clinched the outright Raccoon River Conference Championship, undefeated and outright for our Blue Jay wrestlers who go to Carroll tomorrow. That's always a fun trip for the conference meet.
Yep.
See if they can do the regular season conference meet double.
Well, definitely have 6 or 7 kids that are ranked pretty high. Got a pretty good shot at getting the state meet, it sounds like. Being our first year in 3A, that'll be a little bit different for us.
Yeah.
Only 3 classes for wrestling. Got Meyer guarding Tyson guard here.
Nice job by
Camino
Carter.
turns it over to Sandy. Just couldn't quite get control of it.
Yep.
Seems to be a little confused. Thought it was.
I think the ball was clearly off of Carlisle. They said it was off of Carter's knee. But a nice job defensively by him. Like you said, just couldn't quite get the handle on the ball.
Sometimes those big guys aren't used to dribbling that far. Or dribbling that far and that fast.
With 2 in hot pursuit, too.
Carlisle running some offense here, running a lot of pick and roll action, and then
looking for that 2-man game, aren't they?
Just looking for some face cuts, trying to cut in front of the Jays, looking for a little backdoor cut.
Ooh, we got a wedge ball.
Yep, Camito sticks that one in the corner of the rim. Really don't think that should be a jump ball personally, but jump ball goes to the Jays.
And Carlisle gets the next possession, to your point.
Looks like Myers looking for the play call. Little seal action there out of Colby.
Ooh.
Call from the trail official.
Yeah.
Maybe he had a different angle.
Yeah, he must have.
I'm really far away, but I'd say that he might have initiated all that contact. Sandy was definitely going to challenge it.
Yep.
I think Guard knew that and just kind of threw himself into him. Guard knocks down the first one, gets his first point of the night. Jackson Freed re-enters for Carter Sandy.
Some good minutes from Carter and Toby in this game so far from Reed Falsgraf.
Well, the one thing when you got a lot of depth, guys are going to have to play hard because they know if they don't, they just won't play.
Right.
Because there's other options out there. Misses the second, 10-point lead for the Jays, 4 to play, second quarter. Colby off the curl. Don't see McDowell turn on that three very often. I'm kind of thinking maybe he should have just taken it.
Yeah. Oh, it might have been a travel.
Jays are able to clear. Freed with the rebound.
It's a lot of length to try to score through there.
It is. And it's tough to get offensive rebounds against them. Little dribble handoff here. Good spin move. Good job of getting the ball up to the hoop.
Yeah.
You know, you get fouled. You just got to get it up there. So you get the free throws. Maybe get an in-one.
And a good focus of the offense tonight. Not a lot of settling for the three. Really looking to attack the basket, get to the free throw line. Got to make free throws when you get there, but you know, you could probably get in a horse shooting contest with this team, shooting threes and come out of here looking okay. But right now, being aggressive, not settling.
Well, and you still got to utilize every game as a way to get better. And just chucking up threes probably isn't going to help us in the long run.
Colby
being able to run offense and get buckets will.
Colby at 10 right now.
Missed three there out of Cooper Frey. Freed bringing the ball up. Right idea, just didn't quite put it where he needed to on the pass. Colby had a nice seal job out of his defender.
Let's see what we get out of the inbound play here. A little flex action maybe. It's the screen. Nope, something different.
Cut. I think Reed and I were on the same page. Probably should have kept cutting. I think he might have had a bucket there.
Tip. Falsgraf tried to use the left. There's that length. There's that length. Athleticism.
Good job out of Freed to get that rebound and put it back in.
8 for Freed, 10 for Collison at this point. Everett White says, I'm going to get mine here.
I didn't think they were going to call that one. And again, it had to come from the trail official.
Yeah.
We start off the game with two nickel dimers, and then now we've kind of swallowed the whistle, and we're sitting at 6 total fouls with 2 minutes to play.
Everett showing a little touch on that first free throw.
Sweet roll there out of Everett. Puts the second one in, extends the lead to 15. Jays are still applying this pressure. A little bit more of trapping now. Before they were just playing man-to-man. Now really trying to force the issue.
Almost got to travel.
Yep, that was close. Guard with the drive, little kick. And Camito knocks it down.
Good looking stroke from the baseline.
Good kick out of Everett.
Yeah, really nice.
Forcing Trey's defender to help. Leaves him open for an easy three. Might have been a kick. There's Everett.
Yeah, he just
scrapping.
Goes after every
couldn't
loose
quite
ball.
retrieve it. Nice little floater there out of Cooper Frey. Cuts the lead down to 13. Timeout Carlisle with 1:35 to play. Looks like Toby Berger is going to be checking in the game for the Jays. So it looks like right now the Jays are trying to increase the pace here a little bit and force the issue with that full court press and really turn it into a trapping game. And they've been able to force a couple turnovers and help extend this lead here a little bit. I'm guessing that Coach Evans probably going to do that throughout the half.
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, right now you got the game at the pace you want it to be. You got a 13-point lead. You want to extend that. You certainly don't want to let Carlisle hit a couple of threes and make this an 8 or a 9-point game or even closer before half. So kind of keep that hammer down. Don't let up. It's that UCLA cut. UCLA action, I should say.
It's like a little zone out of Carlisle.
Yep.
Little 2-3 matchup. Would like to see Reed keep going there.
Yeah.
Kind of settled for a 19-footer. There's what you're talking about. He's a tough defender.
Yeah, he is. Really nice job. And, you know,
we talk about being a good athlete. He's a freshman last year, and he qualifies for the state track meet in the high jump. That's not very common for high school boys, especially at the 3A level, qualify individually for the state meet.
And you were looking at me, and he blocked a shot, put a facial on Coach Anderson over there in the corner.
Just wake him up a little bit.
No, and the other thing about Reed is amnesia. You know, he forgot that he missed that shot. Maybe he didn't have a great play. Got right back into his defensive stance. Got a pick and a steal and a bucket, and then comes back down and makes a great defensive play. If you don't think that gets into the head of an offensive player, you're greatly mistaken.
Well, you might want to shot fake him at least next time.
I think we're going to go for one shot.
Yep.
I think Coach Evans likes a minimum 15-point lead. We got a play called, too. It's always fun just to watch Coach Evans' reactions, too. Maybe not the shot they wanted.
I mean, it was a halfway decent look. He just didn't have enough time to catch it and shoot it. If he would have had about a half a more second, I think, that would have been a great one.
Yep. Good little burst there from about the middle of the second quarter on to take the lead out to 31-16.
I'd say the Jays do what they need to do here to get that. Whoa! All of a sudden, the Wildcats got 115. That'd be a tough hill to climb. But pretty good half out of the Jays. Colby's getting himself really close to that 1,000-point, which I'm sure would love to see him do it here rather than Carroll next week.
Absolutely. I think he's in a good spot to make that happen, and be nice to see him honored in front of the home crowd
for sure
on the night that he makes it happen.
All righty, we'll take a little break here. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back to Bondurant. We've got a Blue Jay lead here of 31-15.
Yes.
Don't get confused with our scoreboard. I think we got it right on our graphic. But
yes.
Apparently our scoreboard is not allowing us to go back to 15. Jays have played pretty well so far. Colby Collison leading away with 10. Got Jackson Freed with 8. Looks like Trey McDowell's got 5.
Yep.
4
for Nolan Meyer and 2 for each for Reed Falsgraf and Everett White.
For the Wildcats, Chanavong is leading the way with 6. Looks like Camito's got 4. Peterson's got 2, but I think you had Peterson with 4 maybe. We'll blame that on...
I got Peterson with 4.
Yeah,
that's Bob's fault.
We'll blame that on Bobby again. And Cooper Frey has got a couple points as well.
And we've got, again, that milestone we talked about. Yep. Colby Collison needs the number of points on his jersey 4 to hit that 1,000-point milestone. He'll become the 9th Blue Jay in school history. Talked about some of the guys that have done that. The first to do it, Steve Tucker, now lives in Carlisle, interestingly enough, because we're playing Carlisle. He's a state patrolman. He's married to Lou Ann White, Lou Ann Tucker, who is one of the many White sisters and siblings that from mother is Mrs. Blue Jay, Joanne White. And Steve has some nephews and nieces that have gone through the district, and shout out to him. Shout out to Chris Whalen, one of our resident historians, for sharing that.
Bucket there for
factoid.
Sobia Skoda. Cuts that lead to 14.
It's the first time you've had to call his name.
Yeah, Carlson needs 2 more points.
2.
Going to get there, I think.
Need to slip a number 2 jersey on him now.
Well, he played football for Carlisle, and Patrick couldn't say his name enough. He just every opportunity.
Patrick can be a little verbose sometimes.
Guard with a nice move, good finish. Couple good offensive sets there for Carlisle, getting some good looks.
Carlisle coming out with a little bit of energy out of the break. They're back in their man-to-man.
I think they're matchup zone.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Freed with the 3. There's White with a great rebound.
Man. Pretty athletic play there.
Chanavong's maybe questioning his choice there to try to challenge that rebound. Meyer going to throw it in for the Jays. Colby with a little dive, and boom, hits 1,000. Pretty exciting for him.
Pretty neat, too. Yep. All the fans here tonight with their 1,000-point.
Coach Evans takes a 30-second timeout there to give Colby a little recognition. Maybe catch his breath and then refocus back on the game.
Yeah. Pretty neat.
And not an easy feat. You got to be a good scorer, and you got to do it for multiple years.
Yep, and when you're a freshman starter, you're gonna counted on to do some scoring as a freshman. There's a good chance that you can make this happen, but you got to stay grounded. You've got to continue to work at it. You got to keep getting better, and I think that's the thing that Colby's done. Watching him last year, there were a lot of times, you just say, this guy's going to get better, and what can he do to make himself better? He's added a much better, more consistent three-point shot this year. And he's just, like we said earlier, just a steady guy, never too high, never too low. And these are the kinds of guy. That's the kind of guy you want to see get that kind of record as he walks away with a rebound there too.
Well, through the years teaching 6th grade, I've picked on many of 6th graders in one-on-one basketball. And I will say that he's the only kid I ever felt like I had to play as hard as I could in order to win. Meyer with the 3.
Nolan's knocked a couple threes down here in the last couple of games, and when he makes the three-point shot,
gaining a little bit of confidence.
Yeah, it adds to his ability. He's a great defender, solid ball handler. Not looked on for a lot of scoring, but he's a guy that teams are going to take their chances and play off of. If they're going to concentrate on others.
we've seen in games where they've just totally left him. And if he's going to knock that down, then that won't be an option for him. And, yeah, he is only at 24% on the year, but I feel like the last couple games we've seen a much higher clip than that.
And Nolan's a guy that I think you're going to feel pretty good about in a big game, not being afraid of the moment. You know, we saw him do some pretty awesome things in the football season.
Yeah, tough wide receiver. Him and Colby have a really good connection there. Looks like we got a little bit of a foul there on free, just a hustle play. 19-point lead, 5 to play, third quarter for the Jays. Good backdoor action. They ran some nice sets. Just a matter of getting some stops and being consistent offensively for them.
They forgot. They
1,002.
They forgot about the guy that's scored 1,000 points.
Yeah, he's not done. Well, and you talked about your guy getting a 2,000. That's when you start dipping into those, getting really close to 30 per game.
Well,
averages.
Yeah, and 2,000 means you're probably a Hall of Famer. I mean, and Kerwin has yet to go into the Hall of Fame. I don't understand why he hasn't. He's been eligible. He will get there. It will happen.
Good tough rebound there out of Everett.
It's tough. Everett
what were your thoughts about the Hall of Fame voting for the MLB there a couple days ago?
I'm probably in the minority that says keep those juicers out. And I know Ortiz was no saint either, but I'm not about cheaters getting into a Hall of Fame.
Neither was Ty Cobb. He was far from a saint.
So, I have no sympathy for Pete Rose. I have no sympathy for Bonds, Clemens. I just don't.
Well, yeah, I'd say I'd probably be the other way, and it's probably time to put him in, but who knows? It might not happen.
I can respect that.
Really nice finish there out of Tyson Guard.
Carlisle's still playing hard. You know, Give them credit. They're playing hard. Down 19, they've been down 20.
No, he talked. They're not quite at the same level where they were a few years ago, and it really kind of comes back to if you can't score the basketball, it's tough to win games.
She's a little stagnant in that last possession. That's got to be an offensive foul. Good job by Carter Sanney. That's just a player control situation.
Yeah, it looked like
again.
he really kind of just threw his body into him. It wasn't necessarily that Carter was in great position. It was just Carlisle guy being a little out of control.
Yep.
3 minutes to play, 19-point lead for the Blue Jays. Little switch action there out of Carlisle.
Coach Evans is added to his bench.
Yeah, I like that because you look over there right now, you got 3 of them that were just standing up.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when you only got 10, and there were some nights we didn't even have 10 because people were hurt or they were sick, you just don't have the energy that you're looking for. And you got a couple guys over there that are just tickled pink that they get a varsity suit. They don't care if they get in, but they're going to bring some energy.
They're going to bring some energy and keep the rest of the guys loose, and as long as they're not any type of distraction or anything. And that group is a pretty good group of guys.
Well, then you also kind of run into that practice issue sometimes if you're missing anybody. When you only got 10, it's hard to go 5-on-5. So I think it's nice being able to add a few bodies.
Yeah, and it's a fine line too between your JV, your varsity reserve guys, and having guys playing in all these games and dressing, and they got to have time to unwind and be kids too. But I think it's a good time of year to bring those guys along. And
I don't know what you were like, but the coaches I had, typically it was we suited 12, and then sometime after Christmas we always added a guy or two.
Yeah.
Give yourself a chance to evaluate JV, practice, who eurned that spot. So that was kind of the standard for
I always thought
multiple coaches.
If you have 15 uniforms, you just as well utilize them. And 12 is not a bad number to work with either sometimes.
Well, and you had a lot of years where you had a ton of seniors, and so then
right.
that will quickly eat up some uniforms. And if you got any underclassmen that are good, it doesn't take much to get into double digits. A little fadeaway there out of Toby.
Nice move from Toby. It's his first bucket.
On a different team, I think Toby could be a pretty good scorer. It's just not exactly what we need out of him. He does have a nice skill set. Here he is out running the court. Good D out of there, Chanavong. There's that athletic ability out of Falsgraf.
Got to the hoop in a hurry.
Yep. He's a quick leaper, and he can leap high, so it's a good combination. Opposite of his father.
Yeah. Between he and Freed, I've heard there might be a dunk coming out of one of those two guys.
Well, Reed did dunk against Carlisle last time in the JV game. I got footage to prove it, And it was actually off a miss.
Like a tip-in dunk?
I don't really consider it a tip-in.
Bluejays playing for one shot here, up 19. Collison with 5 on the clock. Falsgraf's going to have to let it go. Carter Sandy for 3. Just off the mark. That was a deep one, about a 22, 23-footer. And we're going to go into the fourth quarter up 46-27. Colby Collison hitting that milestone 1,000-point mark tonight. He's at 18 for the game. Needed 14 to get there, so sitting right at 1,004.
Yep. Very exciting. The last time I worked with you, we kind of talked about what route he might go for college. Would it be football or basketball? I'm curious to see which teams are actively recruiting him.
Yeah. I know he and John Powers, another junior fullback linebacker, made a game day visit to Kansas, which isn't an official recruiting visit, but they both made game day visits to Kansas out of the Big 12. So that's the day Kansas just about hung in there with Oklahoma to the very end.
Yeah, that was a good game.
I don't know if a Northwest Missouri State comes calling, a Sioux Falls, a Minnesota State, some really quality Division II programs right here in the Midwest. Football-wise, basketball-wise, I'm not enough of a talent evaluator to know if he's a Division II player. Definitely probably a kid that could play on the NAIA level at a Grandview, a Morningside, something of that nature over there, the GPAC. That's some really high-level basketball. One of our former Blue Jays, Danny Neville, is a coach at Jamestown in North Dakota, nationally ranked team in that GPAC conference. Some good basketball. I've watched some of those games. Carter Sandy looking for Jackson Freed on the lob coming out of the timeout.
That would have been a nice
turnover.
little play, but Jays do not execute. Ooh, little finish there out of Peterson.
Reverse, that gets him into double figures. First Wildcat to hit that.
Bobby doesn't even have him up on the board, so I can't tell you how many points he's got.
Bobby's over there spreading sunshine. That's what he does. He just makes everybody else feel good. He manages to put a few points up on the board. That's good, too.
Good move out of Everett.
Yeah. Just
sticking with it.
It's his first field goal after a couple of free throws earlier, 4 for Everett, and a bunch of rebounds. Blue Jays still looking to press.
Yeah, still getting after him. Coach isn't letting him back off here.
And I've got no issue with that at this point. Get your lead up to maybe 25 and then bring your bench in. We'll see what happens here. But don't let the foot off the gas, because those are bad habits you don't want to get into this time of the season.
Yeah, we maybe saw that a little bit in the first game where we kind of let up a little bit tonight.
That wasn't letting off the gas. That was running out of gas.
That's true.
Nice move by Nolan Meyer. Good strength.
He's a good athlete. Very strong. Able to finish there at the hoop.
He's got 9. Carlisle's going to take a timeout. So we're winding this one down. What do we got coming up next week, Coach? I see the last 5 games. I don't know what we've got.
We're going to put the schedule on this thing. Well, I thought we were
I thought you'd be more prepared than that tonight.
I didn't look at the future schedule. Let me see what I can pull up here. All right. It looks like we get to go to Carroll. That's always a fun trip. About a 2-hour bus ride.
Yeah. Little revenge factor in that game, you know, kind of lost a tough one here.
Yeah,
their guy went crazy that night.
We got a couple, I think, if you look back and think, man, we really could have got that. That's definitely one of them. Their guard that night was as good as he could play. I mean, he scored 35, I think, and super efficient. So I'd be surprised if he could repeat that. But I'm guessing other guys playing at home will play better. And then it looks like we go to, or we get a host Gilbert.
That's next Friday. We'll be back here.
Who's struggling a little bit. They're 4-10. Two big games left would be at Norfolk and then Winterset at home. If we want to have any kind of shot of moving up in the standings, going to have to go win at Carroll and then go win at Norfolk and hold Winterset off at home.
Yeah, to your point, those are just the games you can't lose in your own gym if you want to think about a conference championship, because then you put yourself in the position where you got to go win there.
And we're in 5th, but realistically, if there's just 2 of those games we could switch, the Carroll and the Norfolk game, we're right there.
Yeah.
We would have ourselves a fighting chance.
Jackson Freed with a nice move, just couldn't get it to go. Coach Evans not quite at that point where he's ready to go to the bench. I think you get inside of 4 and you have this kind of lead, and maybe you think about doing that. Everett White's going to get that loose ball.
Everybody thought somebody else was going to get it. Hey, I finally found that footage. You want to see this?
False graph dunk?
Sure. Yeah, and you tell me if you think that that's just like a tip dunk or a real dunk. He's coming in to follow that miss.
That's legit.
That's pretty good dunk. All right. Little inbound play there for the Jays.
Shameless plug. We haven't really seen a dunker for a couple of years.
No.
There was a kid that could dunk it pretty good here a couple of years ago, about 4 years ago.
His mom must have been able to jump really high.
She takes credit for his athleticism. Nice move by Reed.
Good attack downhill and really forced that defender to slide over, and then spins back the other way for an easy layup.
Spin to win.
Stretching that lead out to 23. Yeah, Coach is probably getting close to that point where he's going to start bringing in, and it's always fun to see the student section go crazy for those guys that we just added to the roster.
Yep. First things first, get Carter Sandy, your senior, in there for a couple more minutes. Everett finds Jackson underneath. That's a shot Jackson's going to finish next year. I mean, he can get himself into the weight room, continue to get stronger, bigger. Not that he hasn't made buckets like that this year, but he's going to score more routinely in the lane as he gains strength.
And we talked about what the girls need going forward, some of those role players to step up. I think for the boys team, it's got to be that consistent second scorer. You know you're going to get 20 out of Colby on a night that we need it. It's a matter of Jackson and McDowell coming out and giving us 15 or good 15. And some of those nights that we've lost some of those games, that hasn't happened. We haven't had a consistent second scorer.
Yep, I got Jackson with 10 on the night. It looks like his work might be done.
looking that way. Like you said, we got Carter Sandy in the game here. I'm guessing Toby's going to make one more appearance as well.
25-point lead. You get it under 4, 3.5, 3. Again, you always like to see the other team go to the bench first, but you don't always get that luxury. Nice block by Nolan Meyer. He's had a nice overall, very solid game.
Been efficient with his scoring and his usual, played good defense, distributed the basketball.
Maybe see if Colby can get his 20th point here before the night ends. It's going to happen right here. Should have.
No. They want to keep those fouls low. Yep. We're at 6 with about 3 to play. Yep. 6 total fouls.
Coach Evans is eyeing the bench now.
Yep.
And the student section's getting excited.
Yeah, he figured the chanting will come here pretty soon. Goes with your neighbor first.
Yes. Cam Barnett, my favorite Iowa Hawkeye fan, wearing the Chris Street number and the John Carlson number. Also a Chris Street Hawkeye fan.
Nice to see Levi Wint get in there too. Love the hair he's rocking.
He is. That's man. You and I could only dream of.
Yeah, that never
had a hair like that. Got Zach Lyle coming in. And Austin Cruz.
Tell you what, still a pretty long team out there.
Cam Barnett is elbows and kneecaps. Just a player-for-player trade with Jackson Freed. Wow, came in and stuck a 3 last week.
Yeah, he did. Which, if you're coming in this situation, you better be firing.
Oh.
Good rebound there out of Toby. Went. Oh, just couldn't get it to go. Toby with the follow.
Carlisle looks like they're going to start going to their bench too. They already have a little bit.
A little step back there for Frey, doesn't go.
Cruz with the rebound. Timeout to make some subs.
Yep, I think we're just going to rotate here. We got James Dotson entering the game now.
I'd like to see a couple of these guys get in the scoring column here.
I don't know if you knew this, but Levi Wentz got some Norseman blood in him as well.
I think I did know that. Cam Barnett!
Oh.
Yeah! I've been so excited all year. Here's the problem with that. Cam's going to be telling me about this. Especially if he gets.
Look at that. Oh, man. Went sticking with it.
Cruz thinking about a 3.
Oh, yeah. There's no thinking. There's just doing right now.
Yeah, little turnover.
Pretty good take there out of Jackson Berry. A little behind the back. Left hand draws a foul. You think he'll be over at the house discussing his
He might
bucket?
be waiting for me when I get home.
Hey, Coach, what'd you think of that shot?
He's going to say, I think Evans needs to be thinking about some more PT for me.
Think it's going to require more than one basket?
Maybe, but, his PER, his player efficiency rating, has got to be off the charts right now. Here's what I like about Cam. Is he's just a nice kid. All these guys are. They're just good kids, good students, great guys to have in your program.
I think Zach needed to get into his guy a little bit there and block out. End up hitting that ball out of bounds. Carlisle's going to maintain possession. Minute 36 to go. 27-point lead for the Jays. A shooter coming out. Pretty good find there. Cam with the steal.
And the find.
Thought he was going to get the assist. Dotson hustle play.
Wentz going to call his own number here.
I felt like he wanted that. He was sizing his guy up from the get-go. Big smile out of him. This is his first varsity action.
Yeah. You know, Cam's a bit of a legacy, too. Corey Barnett, his dad was a Bluejay star back in the mid to late 80s. All-conference performer back when it was the Raccoon River Conference, the old Raccoon River Conference.
Oh,
he's going to owe me for saying that, too. Went looking. He's hunting points, man.
Just a bit outside.
Let's see whose number gets called here.
30 seconds to go.
I'd like to see Dotson get a shot here.
Who's getting a shot? I'll tell you what, I'm not turning a shot down, and I'm not passing it.
Cruz for 3.
Barnett with the touch, kept it alive, but couldn't quite save it there.
Yeah. This is a lot of fun here for these guys. For the student section, they're enjoying it. And I think we're going to give a little honor to Colby here after the game for his 1,000th point.
Probably need to pick our player of the game as well.
I got a pretty good idea on who that probably should be. And it's not Cam Barnett.
Yep, as exciting as he's been.
I'd give him the bench player of the game award maybe, but we got to go with Colby Collison without a doubt. 18 points tonight.
Yep. Steady
on both ends. Hitting his 1,000th point for his career. 1,004 now. 10-4, we'll just say, for a career. And just adding to that, he's got a real good shot at being one of those guys in the 1,500-point range, and that's going to get him to about second all-time if he can continue at this pace.
And he's more than just scoring. You know, he does a lot. He rebounds the basketball. He distributes very well. So congrats to him. That's a big honor.
And he's not a big vocal leader. You know, I think maybe Coach Evans would like to see a little more vocal out of this whole group. But he is undoubtedly the silent leader of this team. He sets the tone for the whole group. And big congrats to him. I know his parents are here tonight, big contingency of his family, and I know they're really proud, and they should be, and bigger and better things for him ahead.
He leads by doing. He leads by example.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
Are we sticking around for this then? Are we?
Well, let's just kind of review. We also had Jackson Freed with 10 tonight. Nolan Meyer with a nice night with 9. Trey McDowell had 5. Reed Falsgraf 6. Some real athletic plays from him. Toby Berggren, 4 tonight. Everett White also chipped in with 4. And then we had Cam Barnett and Levi Went each with a bucket.
Well, it looks like one of the former 1,000-point club guys gets to hand the ball off there to Colby. Also a former quarterback.
Yes.
He wasn't too bad at quarterback position.
Jeez. Different kind of quarterback.
Yeah. He got his 5 TDs in the first half against West Liberty in a playoff game.
Yeah.
Just running the ball, not throwing it.
Right.
Chris Norton, Colin Powers, Steve Tucker, Justin Sandy, Andy Johnson, Kerwin Dunham, and now junior Colby Collison. Congratulations to Colby on this milestone.
Very neat moment for Colby and his family, and great to see Drake here. I think Drake could probably still play a little bit if we needed to call on him. I don't know if he has any eligibility left.
Yeah, I played with him a couple weeks ago, and you can tell he's moved into fatherhood.
Was he like trying to back you down in the post?
No. It just it wasn't the normal Drake I was used to. I don't think he's touched the basketball in a little while.
Has he got a little spare tire around the?
Just a little bit, something that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
He wasn't worried about flat tires before.
No. Nice moment here. We got the cheerleaders out there. This was done up right to honor Colby, and the thing you know about a kid who gets his 1,000th point, and this was the same way with Kerwin Dunham, is his teammates couldn't have been happier for him.
Yep.
Like there's some genuine admiration from his teammates, and that speaks to the kind of kid he is, and that's the same way Kerwin was. his teammates would get mad at him if he wouldn't shoot the ball, if he didn't look to score, and then a nice greeting from the student section too. So it's probably about time that we get out of here.
We'll be back here next Friday, or at least you will be. I'll be back at the scores table. So
I can be
good win for both Jays tonight, and we'll move on next week to Carroll.
Sounds good. Go Jays. Good night.